today I'm going to be doing the walk from Paraparaumu to Waikanae, and this is the cross street where I'm going to start. So you can see there's a parking lot at this location. We have a signboard here. This is Paraparaumu Beach, the northern beach. What we're going to try to do is start here, walk along the beach, then cut in and walk along the estuary. Then in the Otaihanga domain there's a bridge. We'll cross over and head to Waikanae Beach. So you can see this is the access point to the North Beach. There's Kapiti Island in the distance right there. Looks like we have high tide, so we'll see how far we can get walking along the beach. It's a nice day today. A little bit of cloud cover, but no rain on the forecast. It's gonna rain tomorrow, I think. There's a big storm coming. But right now it is calm, there's no wind, and the temperature is pretty nice. The temperature is about 63 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a nice day for a walk. You can see here in the northern part of the beach, the sand is really nice. Looks nice and soft and fluffy. And you get a lot of the driftwood that washes up. I think this comes from the longshore drift on this side of New Zealand. You do find interesting things that wash up every now and then. Every now and then I'm seeing some fish splashing around. There's one right there. You can see there's a stone breakwater here. Don't know how high the tide is going to be coming up, so I'll try to get past this area. So on this side you can see they have large beach dunes built up. This is probably to protect the homes and in general to protect against erosion. You have these long stone pipes that stretch out into the water. I believe these are for runoff from rain, and probably, I was told they're for sewage overflow, or used to be. And you have several access points for getting to the beach. This one is to bring boats onto the beach. And you can see tire tracks from vehicles here. It's Tuesday around 10 a.m. and the beach is pretty empty. There's only a few people here and there walking around. So if you like this content, please think about subscribing. If you are already a subscriber, thank you. Also think about giving me a thumbs up. If you've been to any of these places, let me know what you think of them in the comments below. think it's a skull. Something. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. You're a big boy too, huh? Hello. Yeah, it's like a something. Fish skull? Bird skull? Wow. So the surf is very calm today. Just getting little waves lapping on the shore. Oh, look at this. Getting some driftwood teepees being built. It's a very speedy dog running by. Alright, so you can see Waikanae on the other side of the water there. There's no way to directly get to it, but we're going to try to walk around and get there. I think it's about a 5-kilometer walk from where we started. So these triangles mark the start of the marine reserve. It looks like there's a signboard there, but the tide is too high to get to it to look at. So the beach dunes have somewhat flattened out into this area. This is where the river outlet is, and this is where Waikanae Beach and Paraparaumu Beach are separated by the Waikanae River. And passing by, there's a huge, looks like someone's trying to make a driftwood house. It's massive. We'll go check it out after we look at the river mouth. See, there's a lot of seabirds out there right now. Look like gulls. And that's where we're going to try to walk to, the other side, the Waikanae side. And we'll get there and we'll film back and show this side from that perspective. All right, let's go. This little spot has a nice vantage point. If you look back toward the hills, it's a really nice view. And up in the hills over that way, there's the Hemi-Matanga trails, which we'll take a look at probably in another video. Right now the sky has a really nice color, and with the ocean it has a very pastel look. Alright, let's cut across this area and get to the main trail that separates Paraparaumu and Waikanae. Alright, here's the big, kind of looks like a bird's nest almost. just a bunch of driftwood stacked around. I don't know if there's an entrance. Yeah, there it is. Wow. Someone's named it the fort. I guess we can look inside. There's a hat. Looks like a drink can. That's a window. You can see this is part of the estuary right here. Mainly information on the Waikanae Estuary Scientific Reserve. Some information of the animals that live here. It looks like also of volunteer groups that come out and help with maintaining the area. And some links to more info about the reserve and the groups that take care of it. We have some more signboards here. So we're here now, we're going to go up the street and then we're going to try to walk across all the way down and up to the Otaihanga domain. And then we're going to cross a bridge and follow the coastline all the way back up to Waikanae Beach here. So some interesting information. The Tararua Range meets the saltwater of the Kapiti Coast here. And the mixing waters and ever-shifting river mouth create a distinctive environment of rich plant and animal communities. More species of coastal and aquatic birds visit Waikanae Estuary than any other site on the Wellington coast. And you can see this path has another signboard. It's just kind of giving some rules and just saying this is how you access the beach here. All right, let's walk up the street to get to the entrance of the Estuary Track. So it looks like they're doing some major construction up ahead. So on the info board, looks like they're just doing some stormwater upgrades. All right, here is the entrance. And the signboard is the same as the one we saw earlier. But in this one, you get a look at what sort of flora and fauna you can expect. And this is called the Waikanae Estuary Link Track.
Split 1. Split pace, 22 minutes, 19 seconds per kilometer.
And it is maintained by the Department of Conservation, which is DOC, New Zealand. Another signboard. So this one is more about the restoration of the reserve and the estuary. So you can see this is a coastal walk, so you're not going to get too much cover, shade, or big trees. And so when the sun's out, make sure to bring a hat and sunblock. So we're a little over 1 kilometer from where we started, wrapping around the coastline to this point. Path here is very level, so it's a very easy path to walk. It's also pretty wide. And it's well maintained. All the plants are trimmed back. So I do have another video about trying to film some of the birds in the area along this estuary track. Go check that out if you haven't already. Alright, here's a little section where you can walk along the inlet water line, but since it's high tide right now, you can see it's basically covered in water. Not going to be able to walk it. Yeah, the tide is really high today. I haven't seen it this high for a while, so it's just that time of year. All right, let's continue on the main path. And you can see the path kind of veers off to the street, parking, and homes up that way. But we're just going to continue on to the end of the trail. In terms of the sounds, it's very quiet out here. You get the sounds of kind of like the neighborhood nearby, but if I just stop, you can just listen for a minute. A lot of crickets and cicadas. Probably mostly cicadas, I don't know. I'm not well versed in the sounds of insects. So not only is this a nice walking trail, it's a good jogging path, they actually have marathons that come through here. I think like 5Ks and 10K marathons that kind of loop around, cut through here. So if you're into running or jogging, this is a great place to go for a nice workout. So throughout you get these little written signs. This one says, gorse left to protect fern birds' habitat. So I imagine it's this kind of spiky looking plant here, which makes sense. Keep predators out. When I say predators, probably things like cats and dogs and, I don't know, like rats maybe? Skinks and ferrets, or, I don't know, just predatory animals that hunt birds. So we're about 2 kilometers from where we started. The little past 2 kilometers from where we started. And along this wood plank area, it's kind of neat. You can see it's a bit of a marshy, kind of like a bog type area. Very prehistoric feeling, minus the sounds of airplanes flying by. So my last few videos I tried to do more of a silent vlog style setup, but in this one I'm trying to do more of a talking vlog. But let me know what you prefer. I'm kind of curious to see what viewers like. Do you like when there's less talking? Do you like when I talk, describe things? Let me know. These were, I think they were Canadian geese flying by. But you can see we're starting to parallel the river right now, and you have shorebirds and seabirds. You can see just along these wooden planks, you have the water line, the water that comes up. Alright, here's another signboard. This one's called The Mystery of Salt Marsh Wetlands. So this one's talking about fern birds and other species. I won't read all the signs for you. I think it's nice to come out and discover a bit of the information of an area. That was a redneck pheasant, I think, flying by. So you can hear fantail. Alright, we are at the end of the track here. And you get some signboards here. The same ones. Alright, let's continue on to the Otaihanga domain, which is along this path here. Some signs saying the blackberries in this area were sprayed pesticide on the 21st of March. So you do have wild blackberry bushes that grow. I think they're these spiky ones. Right, you can see the path has opened up to a nice grassy area. See some ducks, some pukekos. It's a nice little area for a picnic, probably, if you're into picnics, or just to come out and enjoy sounds of nature. And also lawnmowers. There's the sound of a tui in the tree over there. Right across the river there you can see there's this large white heron. Pretty amazing. You can see there's some benches, tables, and we are parallel to the road. So a lot of the spots I'm walking by, you can just drive to and park. You don't have to do the big path that we walked along. But if you're looking for a nice walk that isn't too hard, that's relatively flat, goes for probably 5 kilometers, then this is a pretty good path to take. Of course, if you plan on looping back to your car, then you'd be doing a 10-kilometer walk, which is a bit further. Alright, so we're almost to the Otaihanga domain. But interesting note, this area last year was completely underwater during a big storm. So the river right next to us here, when it rains a lot, it'll rise and this whole area will just be underwater. It's right up to the homes too. You can see the houses here, kind of set with a little elevation, and so the water pretty much goes all the way up to that little elevation part. You can see how lush and green everything is. I think throughout the year it's basically like this.
Split 3. Split pace, 18 minutes, 19 seconds per kilometer.
So that's the 3-kilometer mark. You can see the river is pretty high right now. Alright, and here's the bridge to Waikanae. This is the Otaihanga domain. Let's take a quick look around this area. It's a nice little park area. Big grassy open zone, and there's plenty of parking. So this is a good starting point too if you want to do a walk. You can park your car here and go over the bridge and walk down to Waikanae.
We'll do my exercises.
You can see you have access to the river. These little openings. Alright, let's make our way over to the Waikanae side. It's another large grassy area. It's currently being mowed, maintained. Alright, here we go. We have some benches. So you have benches throughout, so you can rest and take a break and just enjoy the views. So it's starting to get slightly breezy along the river here. Still, it's not too bad. So you can see this section of the path collapsed when the river rose during the big storm last year. Just a big chunk fell into the river. But yeah, basically we go around. So this whole section here filled with this reed type plant. It's a tall reed, goes to up to about my chest. Nice open grassy area. Alright, the path leads to a road. So you have a parking lot down there. This is the path we just came along. So you could just come to Waikanae and drive down to this area and park your car here and do a little bit of that path. And you can see on this side, it's the beach just down there. Alright, we're almost to Waikanae Beach. I mean, technically I think we are in Waikanae Beach, but almost to the sand over there near the water. You have this lagoon right here. Pretty nice. I think there's a trail that goes around this lagoon. This is called the Waimanu Lagoons. Some interesting signboards right here for this little section. Oh, this is the Waimanu Lagoon Fish Passage. It allows native fish to get in and out of the lagoons. Pretty interesting. It's hard to see the mechanism. It's like a little door and gate right here. So you do have restrooms down in this area, near the entrance to the parking lot. You have a parking lot here. I also think you can do camping, or what is it called, like day. Oh yeah, so this is a self-contained freedom camping parking lot. And we're here at Waikanae Beach. info sign. And we have the same Estuary Scientific Reserve sign here. Alright, so it looks like this path, we won't be able to walk down along here because the tide is too high. So we'll just go around over here. See, we have a beach access sign. Alright, let's go up this way. Yeah, we might need to go the other way. It's really neat. You get these beach dunes. They create a nice scenic look. There doesn't seem to be many people out today. Just occasional here and there. And here we are. So this is Waikanae Beach. We are greeted by nice sand dunes. And looking back, we get a really nice view of the area. Here's the Waikanae River. And across the river, that's where we basically walk through that estuary. The sand here is really fluffy and soft. It's really nice. We're here at the waterfront. From where we started, we're just about 5 kilometers, maybe a little less. My watch says 4.82 kilometers, but I started it maybe a half kilometer away from where we started, so give or take, we're about 5 kilometers from where we started. And you can see across there where that's the Paraparaumu side. We're standing on the Waikanae side now. There's a signboard up here. Let's go check it out. So it looks like you have birds nesting in this zone, and so no dogs are permitted on the sand spit. And it's only foot access. Alright, let's walk near the water line a bit more. You can see Waikanae just stretches way down. So I imagine you can keep going along this beach. I'm not quite sure how far you can walk. There might be more river outlets, but yeah, you probably can just keep going along this coastline. So the wet sand here is really kind of soft. Kind of sinks in a lot. I'd say Waikanae Beach has some of the nicest sand on the Kapiti Coast. The other beach is Paikakariki that has golden sand. It's very similar. Here's a look at some of the beach dunes.
Split 5. Split pace, 20 minutes, 37 seconds per kilometer.
So that's the 5 kilometer mark. You can see another driftwood structure being built. This is more of a tent style look. Yeah, be careful with this driftwood. I mean, I see a lot of wasps flying around it, but these pieces are heavy, so probably got to be careful with little kids playing around things like this. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that walk. Let me know in the comments below if you did. And if you like these videos and you aren't subscribed already, think about subscribing. So if you've seen my other videos where I do more of a silent vlog versus this one, which is more of a talking vlog, let me know which one you like. Just feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And I guess just to note, I will be walking back 5 kilometers, so that's something to keep in mind. If you do this exact walk and you park where we started, then you're gonna have to turn around and go back to your car. Another option would be to park and check out an area and then drive to the Otaihanga domain, look around there, and then drive over to Waikanae. I think the walk is nice. It gives you a good feel for this area, and you can get your steps in for the day. But yeah, coming this far is 5 kilometers, so total you're gonna be doing a 10K walk. Okay, on to the next spot. I'll see you there.